you have the talent here to play with the best of the best in the world, really.
Yeah, and we're really lucky to be in Hawaii because, I mean, 3 of the 12 Olympic volleyball players are from Hawaii. So that's a quarter of the team. So it's pretty unique to be from Hawaii and have that much percent of your friends or your family or locals on the national team playing in the Olympics. So
even that's crazy to think of. A small little state is making up, like you said, almost a fourth of the...
Instead of like a whole state of California, where volleyball is huge, but it's totally different, right?
Yes.
And definitely something else that drove me was, I've been in the USA pipeline since I was 15. So we have USA tryouts. The pipeline's very good. They have tryouts all over. But my first tryout, I tried out in Hawaii, and I made like the A2 team, the A2 camp or whatever. So there's A1, A2, there's even A3, especially when you're young. So I made A2. I ended up going to Colorado Springs and having a camp there. It was an amazing experience, like great guys, and you're just 15 years old. You're playing volleyball twice a day. It's awesome, right? And they ended up giving awards out at the end. And I ended up being like basically the MVP or the best player at the camp. And they even talked, my parents came and they even talked like, we've had some trouble with like maybe the camps here, the tryouts in Hawaii, because they're not like ranking them the best. Then ever since then I was been in like the A1s, going through there trying to compete with all like the top people in my age group. So that was really a great experience, and just trying to compare yourself also with people of your age group, trying to be better than them. I was always behind. I always felt behind, but it was always a great motivator.
Awesome. I mean, those stories are interesting too to hear, because not only in Hawaii the competition was good, but you got to compete with the best of the best. And that kind of drove you to get better and better. In Hawaii, in high school volleyball, how was the ILH dynamic when you were in high school, especially your junior senior year?
Senior year? Well, sophomore year was my first year on varsity. We ran a 6-2. I was like the second opposite, and we ended up losing my cousin in the state finals, the state championship.
And your cousin is?
Micah Christensen. It was on the Big Island. And junior and senior year, we ended up winning twice. But it was definitely a constant battle. If you don't put a whole... Like, we are very notorious for volleyball teams, and we have a lot of great players that come out of Punahou, but it's also very competitive within the team. And I didn't really start until my senior year, to be honest, because we have so much talent on the team as well, and that comes with experience and that playing time, right? You get more experience with playing time, so definitely looking up to guys. Even Tui, man. Tui was a beast. And he's younger than me, but man, I always looked up to him to see what he can do and try and replicate what he could do. And he's helped me so much, even in college.
So at Punahou, at UH2, primarily outside hitter. You played, And then one of the things that you've kind of educated me on, which I was kind of in the blue on, is that a lot of times the players that come out of Hawaii, they're excellent passers. And one of the things that you said was because Hawaii is naturally smaller, and we have to play, you have to play all the positions and be able to pass, otherwise you don't get on the court, right? That's one of the strengths I think that all of the Hawaii players tend to have. So how did that kind of shift? Because you're playing a lot of defense professionally, right? Do you play libero sometimes?
I have played for libero. I played libero for the U.S. Pan American team last summer. We went to Mexico to compete, or Peru, sorry, to compete in the Pan American Games. So how did that, I guess, transform? That you're from
so
Hawaii, or
versatile, or like you can play all of the positions, and that's a huge asset, especially for you to not only play on the American teams or the USA team, but also professionally.
For me, or for people in Hawaii
I guess
generally?
Both.
Okay, well, generally, that goes back to club volleyball, right? Like, we are undersized. There's no doubt about it, right? You go 15s are kind of with them, 18s, that 3-year gap, they shoot up. Like, every state has a different skill or strength, right? And ours needs to be ball control, because we're playing against like 6'8", 7-footers from the Midwest. I don't know what they eat, but it's ridiculous. And you go in there and like, holy, like, we have to go up against this guy. There's no middles in Hawaii. If we're talking about position wise, we have setters like Mike Christensen, Kavika Shoji, Mike Amaha, great setters. We have outsides that come out, Taylor Crabb, maybe myself, and we have those positions. Liberos, obviously.
Yes.
But we don't really have strong middle blockers or strong. We have strong opposites. I would say Josh Taylor is an amazing player, but middles is our weakness, right? So we have to make up for that somehow.
Got it.
Right? We're putting up this 6-foot guy next to a 7-footer trying to block this guy.
Him, yes.
Our defense better be amazing, right? So we better be able to dig that ball. Going back to me, I think I worked on a lot of ball control just in general in club volleyball, but it didn't really become one of my strengths. I think receiving and defense came a lot more naturally to me than hitting. But it wasn't until my freshman year when I was in the gym every day with like Colby Konatake, was our like 3-time All-American libero from UH, and I was in the gym. It was just me and him with a serving machine and just getting better at passing. And if anything I was going to get on the court, it was going to be for passing. And we're going up against incredible athletes, very athletic, high jumpers. And if I'm going to get on the court, like I'm going to be the best passer on the team. So that's what I did. And that's kind of been my strength and my way into even some of the U.S. teams that I played for.
Got it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I guess for everybody, right? Unless you're around the athlete or around sports, you don't see all of the extra stuff that gives you that edge. Because it's not like you woke up one day and you were like, oh, I'm an excellent passer.
No,
it doesn't work like that.
No.
But just the fact that, I mean, Kobe, you know, I know Kobe as well. So like, just the fact that you guys would put the extra time in, you know, dig extra balls after practice. This is on top of already your practice, right?
Yeah.
Those are the little things that will make a huge difference. And it has gotten you probably not only on the court at UH, but has gotten you that edge to play professionally.
Yeah, definitely.